I recently went viral on TikTok with this clip.
Hey, Georgie. What a nice spot. What a back. Oh, you're playing solos. Oh, I bet you have a lot of friends. Oh, come on now. You're not supposed to talk to me because I'm a stranger? Well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown. Now we're not strangers anymore, are we? Oh, Georgie, I'm gonna find you. Oh, what's your favorite color? Mine's red. Oh, Georgie, knock, knock. We all float down here.
And that gave my career as a content creator the boost that I needed. And because of that, I've finally been able to get my content onto the eyes of millions of people from around the world. But since then, I've been asked so many questions so many times about who I am and about the content that I make in my history as a content creator. So I figured I'd throw this video together to show you guys who the Warzone Pennywise really is. I'm a content creator from Canada, and my name is Andre, or better known as Player 2. A lot of people have been asking me, where does this name come from? I grew up as the youngest sibling. I got 3 siblings, but me and my brother, Joshua, or better known as Player 1, we lived with my parents, and we were only 1 year apart, and we moved a lot, so it was basically just me and Josh. 1 year, a really long time ago, our older brother, Kurt, gave us our first console. It was a Nintendo. And this guy right here is the first controller that I ever held in my hands. This right here turned me into a gamer. Because we moved a lot, we were homeschooled, we had no friends. Basically, my brother and I, we embraced the world of gaming with open arms. Naturally, growing up in a house as a younger brother, when it came to gaming, I was always the second turner or the bottom screener, the Diddy Kong or the Luigi. And thus was born Player 2, many years before I even knew it. And this role of Player 2 is actually something that I embrace fully, because I think it's taught me to be a better team player. For example, in Warzone, if my teammate's out, I will always buy them back, or I will always prioritize it over getting downs or wins. So I like to think that my childhood actually taught me to be a better teammate. So fast forward a bunch of years, an ungodly amount of video games and gaming nights. Just before COVID hit, I was in the middle of my 5th year as an award-winning multi-published wedding photographer. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I lost all my work in the blink of an eye. And just like the majority of content creators and streamers nowadays, I started when COVID hit. I figured, why not take my shot at becoming a content creator as well? I already loved video games and played them way too much. Plus I had a lot of video and photo and editing experience. So I sat down and made my own logo. I started this YouTube channel, and then I started live streaming from my Xbox to Mixer. Then I heard about Facebook gaming, and the exposure you can get on Facebook gaming was so much better than Mixer. Mixer really had nothing. So I made the switch over to Facebook pretty early in my career, which put me one step ahead of the curve because Mixer eventually was purchased by Facebook and they merged into one. And anyway, you know the story. So when I started streaming on Facebook, it was from my Xbox to a Mac computer. The quality was horrific. Actually, this is my first stream on Facebook gaming ever. Okay, and with that, we're calling this stream a wrap, thanks to TELUS. TELUS #1 internet. That's a joke. I guess you guys are over here, aren't you? Thanks for stopping by to watch, whoever came by. A few weeks in on Facebook gaming, and I was streaming to 3 or 4 people, that being myself, my brother, my wife, and a good friend, Jared. I was then raided by none other than Thin himself. Now, I was nowhere near ready to handle an audience of 2,400 people. I mean, my quality was absolute garbage. I didn't even know about raids. I thought I was hacked.
Coolest moment of my life. Thanks, Thin, for the raid.
But I was able to seize my moment and captivate enough people to create a small and steady community. And I was eventually able to announce going full-time as a content creator about 6 months in. Then it was time to branch out. I spent a little bit more time focusing on offline content and trying to get very creative with it. So I started to push my creativity and my skills to the limit by writing, transcribing, and producing my own video game medleys. These are where I take sections of songs from video games 20, 30 years ago to present day, and I would mash them all together and create a metal medley, like this one. I was able to produce these videos because I had previous audio engineering and writing and editing experience. I'm actually the writer and the frontman for a band called Corpus Colossum. That word is actually referring to a part of your brain that's responsible for interhemispheric communication between the left and the right. So this like perfect balance of order and chaos. We're actually a verified artist on Spotify, and it is some heavy progressive metal. Check it out. I decided to branch out even more, and I started my own live podcast series called Stream Spawn. Now, this idea is what took my content to the next level, and I really started to see a lot more growth. On this podcast series, I hosted over 40 Facebook gaming and Twitch streamers and partners, and I was able to have a lot of great conversations and meet a lot of awesome content creators. One of the content creators that I hosted actually very quickly became one of my most dear friends. His name is Noah, or better known as Green Bay Kill, or GBK. You might recognize that name because we play together all the time, and you might actually recognize him from my first viral video getting over 2.1 million views. Here it is.
I need a res.
I can't res you, sorry. I'm not gonna res. I'm hiding in the building.
Okay. I'll bleed out.
Okay. Just do your gulag and come back.
Idiots, we just res.
Yes, stupids! Fell for the illness book and the trick. One down.
Nice, bro.
I'm telling you right now, if you're a content creator or a streamer, you gotta find yourself your GBK. Someone you can make content with effortlessly, or bounce ideas back and forth, or have hour-long conversations on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, dude.
Yeah, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Anyway, GBK and I very quickly realized that we were on the same mindset when it came to content, so we decided to take our content to the world of RP, or roleplay. So we started a YouTube channel together called RP Bros, and even though the channel itself never really took off, we created some awesome improvised content together with our combined communities, with GTA, with Rust, with Ark, and Sea of Thieves. But we took it one step further. Not only did we stream RP content live and then make videos of it afterwards, we actually had full-on stories that were completely improvised. And in our videos, there's actually multiple perspectives.
If you need to see, it's here on the compass, as you can see.
All right, I see it.
You're going the wrong way.
I'm turning.
Which I think added a whole nother layer of entertainment. Guys, if you want to watch these videos, and I highly recommend you do, you can find them on my YouTube channel or the RP Bros YouTube channel, which I'll link down below. GBK and I would eventually host our own community meetup, where my community and his community came together in Vegas for a weekend of partying, and Noah and I even got to go live together at the HyperX Arena. Such a high point in my career. At this point, I was making a steady income as a content creator. I got signed with Geeks Unleashed, and I was top 3 in sales for the first 3 months in a row. My content was at its peak, and I was at the top of my game. So much so that I pulled off one of the most interesting, unique, and elaborate Halloween streams ever done. We hosted a 24-hour live ghost hunt. On Halloween morning 2021, myself, Player One, and a good friend, Yosef, began the stream off shopping for the materials that we need for the ghost hunt. Following that, we secretly filmed a meeting outside a Catholic church with a priest so that we could discuss with him what we were getting ourselves into and the demonic realm, that sort of thing. Then we live streamed a meeting with a real medium, and we brought some stuff that was sent to us from the house that we were going to stay at for her to read and interpret. This part was really weird. Then we began our long drive to a small mountain community in southern Alberta where we would meet and get the keys to the house of a couple that said their house was haunted. So they handed us the keys, told us some stuff that had been happening in the house, and basically said good luck. So we set up cameras around the whole house and streamed the entire thing. I had way too much fun doing this, and you better believe we're going to be doing it again this year. Fast forwarding a little bit, a new organization appeared called Berserk, or BZRK, and it had some legendary members in it like Tactical Grandma, Sparkling Sprite, Bree Easy, and Lady Geek. Well, they were hosting this competition called the Berserk Trios, where participants would compete in a number of challenges in an attempt to earn their spot on the org. I decided, what the heck, let's go for it. I might even stand a chance. Thousands of content creators joined this competition, and there was a lot of hype and anticipation built up, and this competition lasted like 3 months. Round after round went by, and I was still in the running, and I started to think I might actually have a chance to win this. By the way, most of my submission videos can actually be found on this YouTube channel. If you're interested, you can check those out. So the day finally comes where they announce the winner, and I was beside myself when I heard my name announced first. The other two winners are actually really good friends of mine named Panda Skills and FemFighter. Along with being brought onto the org, I was also signed with GFUEL, TechniSport, and Gamer Advantage, and eventually down the line, I would also become partnered with AimController. Sadly, after a number of mistakes made by the org, as well as the realization that running an org is actually a lot of work, Berserk disbanded. I would say this marks the start of the downward spiral and probably one of the worst years of my life. I became very, very ill with something called diverticulitis. I lost 35 pounds, and within the year, I spent about 3 months of it in the hospital. Eventually, it would lead to surgery twice. On top of that, my wife and I lost our third child, and then my spiritual, physical, and mental health started suffering greatly. Because of this, the quality of my content dropped drastically, and I just wasn't finding any enjoyment or fulfillment in it any longer. So I announced my early retirement from content creation, and I had my last stream on May 10th, 2022. I got no voice here, but I'd like to play a tune. You've got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. I chose that song for the last song I play because the truth is I'm not a streamer. I'm a friend. I'm your guys' friend, and you guys are mine. And if you need anything ever, if you ever want to talk, if you ever want to reach out, you guys know how to get a hold of me. And I will respond to every single one. I love you guys. Again, a huge thank you to my mods. I'm not gonna cry. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. You're amazing human beings. Keep on making the world a better place. And you guys are all a bunch of nerds. You're all a bunch of nerds. I love you guys. And we'll see you guys. See you guys on the flip. Adios. For the next 4 months, I spent a lot of time working on myself, my health, physically and mentally, as well as emotionally and spiritually. And after 4 months, I found myself in a much better place. And for some reason, I decided to come back to content creation. But I'll tell you what, I had a fire burning in me like never before. Within 3 months of coming back to content creation, I became YouTube partner. I went viral within the Call of Duty community, and I gained over 300,000 followers on TikTok. I'm a proud nerd and a born and raised gamer and entertainer, and I've decided to dedicate my life to spreading laughter and love to as many people as I can. I'm gonna use my God-given gifts to continue to create and to entertain. So you can expect a lot more out of me before I'm done. And I'll tell you what, I've got some quality content coming your way, so stick around. And of course, remember, we're not gamers because we have no lives, but because we choose to have many. Cheers.